We just had an update from our conference. It was a very positive conference. From the Vice President to the Secretary of Homeland talked about the crisis down at the border, but more importantly, this President, from the day of this partial shutdown was to begin, has been trying to negotiate to an agreement that can keep government open, but more importantly, solve our border problem. When we met last week on last Wednesday, we couldn't get to a point because we didn't have our leadership races done. People had challenges with that. You watched how close some of these leadership races were, so I guess that made a difference. So we waited to come back on Friday. We made some improvement. And in that improvement, we stayed over the weekend. We had staff in there. This is the time to actually solve this problem before we get to the point where federal employees do not get paid. The President is committed to that, to try to solve that problem while keeping the border secure. In those meetings at the White House, every single person says they're for border security. Then you want to ask the definition of border security. That's the fundamental difference. When I watch the floor, it seems like it's more games because those bills are going nowhere in the Senate. Leader McConnell has already said so. The President said he'd veto it. Now is the time to both sides come together, come to an agreement, especially if all sides say they support border security, and find common ground to make sure the rest of government opens back up and we continue to move forward and end the crisis on our border. The President will speak tonight. I look forward to hearing what he has to say. I hope the American people at the same time will be able to listen and find that this President wants to solve this problem, not like others.
Mr. Leader, did the Vice President, did they give any indication whether the President was going to order a national emergency?
They did not touch that topic. The President, I think we'll all be listening tonight to hear where the President wants to go.
And do you have concerns if they were? Because under President Obama, your side was very concerned, always saying we need to exercise our Article I authority. Would you be okay if the President went that way and went around Congress?
Look, I've watched this President and the number of meetings I have been in with him, with the Democrats on the other side. I've watched the Speaker of the House first interrupt the Secretary, wouldn't let her give her own presentation. Then, as we continue these meetings days later, when the Secretary finally has the ability to give facts out, she says, I disagree with the facts. Well, they're not the Secretary facts. They're the facts that are happening along the border. That's the challenge what we have. We have individuals who say they don't want to talk about anything, even though they say they believe in border security. This is the time to put people before politics, stop playing political games, and this President has worked day in and day out. He stayed here during the process, trying to make sure people came together, find common ground. But this is something the President ran on. This is something the American public understands. We have a crisis on our border, and we have to solve that problem at the same time, make sure government opens back up.
Mr. Leader,
hey, I apologize. I don't control the floor.
Mr. Leader, is it possible to secure the border without a wall?
Look, the President has talked before. When you secure the border, it's not just a wall, but a wall matters.
Is it
you watch,
in your
yes,
view?
yes, it is.
Thank you, guys.